people genuinely will believe they will never make $1 million in a day. They will never make $1 million one day. They just don't believe it in a year. They don't think that's in the realm of their possibility of being able to achieve.
Most people can't even fathom it, yeah.
That's right. And because they have that mindset, guess what? They're never going to achieve those things. There are people out there that make $1 million a minute, and you're concerned about not being able to make it in a year, in 10 years. But if your belief system doesn't change around that, well then yes, that's what's going to be your reality. And I try to look at it from that perspective as well. There's nothing, just because you're sad or upset doesn't make you depressed.
Yeah.
You can have, that's a feeling, like you can have that. That's an emotion.
You are not that.
That's right.
You're not sad, you're feeling sad.
Have you been depressed in the past?
I have felt depressed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you say depressed, so would you think it was more a sadness or an intense emotion? Or would you actually say, no, I was in a bad place? When I say bad place, like not in a regular place. It doesn't have to be suicidal or anything like that.
See, it's hard to... What is depression?
I don't know. That's a thing.
Yeah,
I don't even know how to describe it because it's going to be very different for
That's what I'm saying. Like, have I felt flat in the past? Mm. Yeah. Have I felt a little bit lost? Yeah. Mm. Have I felt unhappy with particular things or parts in my life? Yeah.
And everyone's going to go through that.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Life is hard. It's not going to be easy. You're always going to come across something like that. Even when you hit the pinnacle, dude. One of a family friend of mine, like has everything you could ever think about in his life, like hundreds of millions of dollars, everything, world at their feet. Like nothing was a no to them, nothing. And then they had the passing of a child.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you know what I mean? Everything can go away in that instant. Now, how do they deal with that? You know, and that's something that if that was to ever happen to me, like again, touch wood, I just don't even know what would happen and how I would be. I couldn't give you that answer. I couldn't give you that answer right now. I would like to think that, like, obviously you'd be destroyed and at the worst thing, I don't know, would I be able to get up out of bed? Don't know. Would I want to keep going? Yeah, like time will pass everything. Like time, as I say, heals all wounds, and I would try and find purpose in other things because I still have a life, I still have family, I still have people I love and care for. It's not fair that I give up on myself for that of others. And I think that's what drives me too. You know, ultimately that's what drives me is other people are reliant on me.
Something outside of yourself.
Oh, yeah. And maybe that's another thing too. Maybe these people don't have purpose. They feel that they've lost their purpose and their identity in that regard, and that's where they buy into, okay, well, I'm useless, I'm this, I don't have this, I've got these problems, I'm no good.
So is it... Okay, I agree, but is it that people are actually... Why is it higher now than ever? Like, do you think people are losing purpose now more than ever?
No.
Then why is it higher now than ever?
Well, it comes back to what the monk was saying. All right, they didn't have time. Like they had to go and hunt for food, or they had to build a house,
and
or they had to do shelter.
And he's right. But I'm talking about higher than ever than it was like 40 years ago.
Yeah, but let's go back 40 years ago.
Yeah, like you 80s, 70s.
Yeah, 70s, 80s. Like you still.
Can you believe the 70s was 50 years ago, dude?
Bro, I was born in 84. Yeah, I'm 40 this year. What were we saying? Yeah, so you go back to that time. That's not that long ago, but there was definitely more requirement on the individual to live, in the sense that they had to go and do difficult things to get through the day, and they wouldn't necessarily be buying into I'm depressed, I'm this, I'm this.
You still have to do difficult things.
Yeah,
today.
I know.
It's just that people are being given.
That's right. That's the message that's being sent. That's
yeah,
right.
They're like,
whereas that was never there before.
I feel a bit shit. I mustn't. Maybe I don't. Maybe I need to have a day off and have a mental health day. And me personally, I don't agree with that. I don't agree. I think if you buy into the easy route out when things get hard, you will always take that route. You know what I mean? You know what I do, dude? When I feel shit, I go for a run. Like I'll go and do something. And don't get me wrong, I don't sit there like feel shit. Can't wait to go for a run. Like I have to force myself to go and get up, and I'll hate it. But go break a sweat, go have a cold shower, go do something physical that's gonna disrupt the way you feel, and see how you feel in an hour. You know what I mean? And it's easier said than done.
Absolutely. Discipline.
But just get up and do it. Don't negotiate with yourself. And honestly, and I actually had this conversation with someone the other day. I can almost always now pick myself up when I'm in a rut.
That is a massive advantage and skill set.
But I've done it heaps. That's why. Not because I just
one day decided.
One day decided.
It's
because I've done it and dude, there's been days where I've tried it and I've gone for a run and I'm still feel flat, or I'm just like unmotivated, or cannot like have to do something and don't want to do it. And you know what I mean? Or you're avoiding that, putting off that task that you know that you need to do, or that call that you need to make, and you're just in a shitty down mood the whole time.
Yeah.
But I would never give myself the out of my mental health. I would say, okay, cool. How am I going to fix this? And I was more solution focused.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Do I need to? Dude, remember like last year? There was so much shit happening. And I was like, dude, I'm just going to disappear into the bush for 3 days.
Yeah.
And I did. I went by myself and went and camped for 3 days on my own in the bush, no signal, and just spent 3 days in nature. Came back, felt as fresh as anything.
$1,000,000.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But it's not to say every time you feel a little bit flat, go do that. But like, do something, man. Like you know what I mean? Don't be a victim to your circumstances.
And you can even say that from extreme scenarios too. It's hard because it's not going to be easy in an extreme scenario when you've experienced something really traumatic.
Yeah, no, it's
right. Like death of a loved one, or something really bad happening to you, all right, through external forces, whatever that is. It's not going to be easy again. But imagine what an inspiration you'll be to yourself and then to others if you get through that. And I've got like one of the core values that I think anyone can ever have, man or woman, is having a value of just being unstoppable. And I've got that on a wristband here that one of my events, I've got it as, I literally have unstoppable. It's the only one I actually wear. And it's almost like a daily reminder that nothing is going to stop me from achieving what I want to achieve, from getting through the day, from getting through the week. In any scenario, whatever it is, I will always be unstoppable. To have that unwavering belief and feeling that not even this will stop me. Not even this, not even this, not even this. And if you can have a mindset of that and trying to be the best version, the most unstoppable version of yourself, it's going to be very difficult to stop a person like that. It's going to be very difficult to bring a person like that down.
Do you have down days?
Absolutely.
What do you
Absolutely. What do I do on those days? Well, again, I always remind myself always if ever I'm having a down day. And like for me, similar to you, COVID was a difficult time for me. But every morning when I'd wake up, I'd be like, okay, got up every single day. Never stayed in bed. I got up every day. And
yeah, see, like, yeah, maybe I've never stayed.
No, I've never sat there and rolled up in a ball in a corner. I got up and did what I had to do. And I just kept saying, next week will be better. Next month will be better. Keep going. You just got to do this for 2 months. You just got to do this for 3 months, for 2 weeks, for another day. And then at the end of each day, you get to wake up again and do it again. But the idea is that you can walk through that whole day, face the shit, face the challenges, go home, rest. Okay, let's go up and do it again. We're going to do it again.
Those days when you, when making it to bed is like,
yeah, that's
I made it. Yeah,
that's
like,
it.
oh, fuck,
All right,
let's go. The day's done. Yeah.
Even
like,
then, you might still have those thoughts in your mind, but trying to practice your gratitude, that's definitely something that helps me in difficult times. Practice gratitude. Okay, cool. I can breathe. I can walk. Kids are family's good. Kids are good. I've got the roof over my head. I'm eating, and so on and so forth. So just focus on the controllables, the real basic stuff that you can genuinely do. And then go, cool, tomorrow I can do this again. You might be facing bankruptcy. You might be facing whatever, being sued or suing, like whatever it is. Ultimately, if you get to wake up the next day, it means the game isn't over. It's just a hard level. The game's not over. You can keep going. I would also during that time as well, I was listening to a lot of podcasts, but ones that were specific with mindset and helping, like, just positive things and things or tools and strategies to use during difficult things that I could do. So me listening to that helped a lot, I found, back then as well. Just being, and even reading books that would help give me strategies to go, okay, look, it is okay to feel like this because it happens. It's a difficult time in your life. That's what I'd harp on about with anyone. Even if I was coaching someone, they say, look, I'm really struggling. I say, look, it's good. Struggle is good. You need struggles in your life. You need to have challenges because that's going to make you a better person in the future. And that better person could be for someone you haven't even met yet. Imagine now you meet the love of your life at this moment in time when you're going through a really difficult time. Maybe you're not ready for them. But in 5 years' time, you're going to be the best version of yourself because you've gone through these difficult periods, because you've experienced all those things. So sometimes your hardships should really be celebrated.
Yeah, I think when you look back at anything that was at one point difficult in your life, like if you actually take time and you reflect and you look back at all the times when you felt like this was shit or that wasn't going your way or something felt like it was going to end your world, and you actually reflect and you understand or connect the dots between what you have now that you wouldn't have had that not happened. And you actually make the connection as well, so you can see some of the positive that actually comes out of it. And then when it happens in the future, you go in with a different mindset because you start to understand that some good will come out of this. Even though I don't know what it is right now, something good is going to come from this event that seems like it's the be all end all right now, but I'll look back at this one day in maybe 3 months, maybe 3 years, maybe 30 years, and I'll be able to know what the good that came out of this was.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do we fix it? So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click just over here. Or if you want to watch the full episode, you can click over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.